Good day to our ever-inspiring and dedicated teacher, Dr. Abeliana. Good morning, classmates, and good morning to those who listen to this video. I am Liansjan B. Salanap. Today, we will be discussing the Module 2, which is the Learner-Centered Psychological Principles, and the Module 3, Learning Principles in the Context of Developmental Theories. As we stray away from the traditional approach to teaching, we are going to delve deeper into the individualized or contextualized learning principles, which is being discussed in the Module 2 and the Module 3. In the Module 2 and Module 3, where we're going to discuss principles that are very influential or very important for the education towards individualized approach in developmental stages of learners, recognizing the effective instruction goes beyond rote content delivery to encompass emotional, social aspects, and cognitive aspects of learning. On our activity on the Module 2, Learner-Centered Psychological Principles, we're going to reimagine education as a big puzzle where we will going to discuss or find out our individual selves in the context of the Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory, Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, and Brenner's ecological systems theory. This will help us guide ourselves in the future that's ahead of us in teaching, because we're going to amplify the fact that we have each individualized needs or approaches towards education. On the activity on the Module 3, where we're going to discuss the child development on the aspects of social, emotional, and cognitive growth, such as the Piaget's influential theories on people's intellectual development, Lawrence Kohlberg's theories in describing moral evolution, and Erik Erikson's and Robert Kagan's theories on identification of the nature of the self-change with increasing maturity. As the group have garnered knowledge about the learning principles in the context of developmental theories, we're going to do an activity where we're going to have a brief descriptions on each of the theories that we're going to discuss, as well as their applications in a classroom setting. So stay tuned and witness the compilation of our reports on the Module 2 and Module 3 activities. Hope you will find out something, and hopefully you'll also enjoy our video.
Welcome everyone, and we are going to delve into the discussion of embracing diversity and complexity in education, nurturing insights of future educators through Gardner's multiple intelligence theory and Sempronian method of self-analysis based on Erik Erikson's and Brenner's theories. I am Liansjan B. Salanap, together with my groupmates Ratunil, Saavedra, Salabzab, Sevilla, Cerojales, Singuran, Derek, and Unso. Here's the list of the content of this video. First, we're going to discuss the cover page, which is presented to the handout presented to Dr. Abeliana in her office. The second one would be the introduction. Third one would be the results and implication. Fourth one is their conclusion. And the fifth are the references.
Introduction to education. Education is a complex process blending personal traits, societal influences, and developmental stages to acquire knowledge in a competitive world. It combines theory and practice for a holistic view. Today, we explore Gardner's multiple intelligence, Erikson's psychosocial development, and Brenner's ecological systems, crucial in understanding education's dynamics and individual learning path. Introduction to Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory revolutionizes our understanding of human intelligence, categorizing it into 9 distinct areas. It advocates for a balanced approach for the recognition of diverse intellectual capacities, which transform teaching through promoting inclusivity and equal opportunities for all students, regardless of their cognitive strengths. Introduction to Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory. Erik Erikson's theory posits that human growth occurs in stages, each with unique challenges. Success leads to virtues, while unresolved conflicts may hinder progress. Daily interactions shape our responses to life's events, particularly in education. Thus, recognizing diverse learning styles is key in creating a rich, equitable learning environment. Introduction to Brenner's ecological systems theory. Brenner's theory emphasizes how various environments shape human development. Interactions among systems impact growth, including family, education, and community. Educators play a pivotal role in a student's holistic growth, shaping knowledge, character, and civic responsibility. A nurturing educational environment fosters excellence and values, creating socially conscious citizens.
Moving on to the significance of the report. This report equips educators with valuable insights for their teaching careers. The discussed theories provided a framework to engage and nurture students tailoring strategies to their diverse needs and strengths. This knowledge empowers educators to cultivate academic process, life skills, and a global perspective, preparing students for a competitive world. In essence, this report guides educators toward refining their styles and preparing learners for a brighter, globally competitive future. And now, moving on to the methodology. The reporters will use Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence test to identify groups' preferred intelligence, followed by a discussion and presentation of the results. They also employ the Sympronian self-analysis method to align with Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory and describe their roles in Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems. Results will be collectively discussed and reflected upon.
Howard Gardner Multiple Intelligence Test. The group excels in interpersonal intelligence, showcasing strong self-awareness. This trait is crucial for navigating social challenges. Logical or mathematical and existential intelligence closely follow, aligning with the group's mathematical focus. Notably, there is a negative correlation between verbal or linguistic and logical or mathematical intelligence, indicating a preference for math due to its lower linguistic demands. This suggests a strong analytical focus. The 12-point gap between the highest and lowest scores highlights the group's distinct intelligence preferences.
Erik Erikson's psychological development theory. First, basic trust versus mistrust. Out of 9 informants, 8 don't trust easily. This suggests a prevailing sense of mistrust and withdrawal in the group. Second, autonomy versus change-though. 5 out of 9 informants are dominantly cautious. This indicates a preference for prudence, leading to a tendency towards compulsiveness and a belief in personal responsibility for process execution. Third, initiative versus guilt. 6 out of 9 informants prefer taking initiative and leadership roles. This suggests a goal-oriented, sometimes ruthless approach, with a focus on process, planning, and less considerations for others' perspective.
Industry versus inferiority. 6 out of 9 informants value responsibility, seeing it as both a privilege and a path to growth. This may lead to traits of narrow virtuosity, indicating a potential inclination towards maladaptation. Identity versus confusion. All 9 informants feel moderately certain about their identity. They align with established beliefs and values, possibly indicating a leaning towards maladaptation or a tendency towards fantasism. Intimacy versus isolation. 7 out of 9 informants easily form attachments, indicating a sociable nature. This tendency may suggest a potential for maladaptation, potentially leaning towards promiscuity and forming close connections too swiftly.
6 informants rated their accomplishments as poor or serious, while 2 responded with 5 or very serious. Most in the group are determined to achieve goals, seeing perseverance as essential to personal growth. This suggests a strong inclination towards generativity. However, this dive might lead to a maladaptive behavior, like overextension, where a person is excessively generative, neglecting rest, like becoming workaholic. 6 out of 9 informants feel this generation focuses on futile things, neglecting valuable events or purposes. This suggests a sense of malignancy in their behavior, possibly leading to feeling of disdain, reflecting contempt or fraud.
Good day everyone, I am Micah Singguran and I am going to tackle about the results and implication of the Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory. Parenting style significantly shape a child's development. A recent survey found that 8 out of 10 respondents were raised with permissive approach. This style emphasizes love, support, and allowing reasonable freedom. It fosters independence and open communication. Next is the description of the microsystems. Bronfenbrenner's ecological model emphasizes that a child's development is influenced by various environments. An informant's experience mirrors this. Strong family bonds, supportive school relationships, and a close-knit group of friends contribute positively. They also enjoy harmonious interactions with neighbors. These reflect how positive microsystems shape development and relationships. The informants describe their mesosystem as a complex interplay of different environments that shape a person's behavior. They explain that one's behavior in the family setting can be distinct from how they act at school or with friends, and these microsystems have the potential to interact and impact an individual, highlighting how being in a group of studious friends can positively influence a student who may struggle academically. This interaction, he noted, strengthens both academic performance and friendships. Now, we have the description of the exosystem. These informants imply that the involvement of the parents and the exposure of the child to the other factors of the environment, such as education, politics, and finances, could affect the child's development. As defined by Daniel and Moos in 2007, the exosystem is an indirect influence of social networks and work environment on a child's development. The betterment of the child's status depends upon the direct influence of the parents' environment. Thus, parents' functioning is interrelated to the functioning of the child. In the description of macrosystem, the respondents describe their environment in macrosystem aspects, by sociocultural and normative capacity as having an effect on a child's cognitive and behavioral inclinations. As parent mold the child's cognitive capability and behavioral conduct, it is true that sociocultural elements can become the foundation of the child's development. This affects the child's view of the individual as well as the child's own environment. Their identity, values, and perceptions can be influenced by the ideas, customs, and social behaviors that children observe from their culture. This is according to Michelle in 2022. Lastly, the chronosystem accounts for how environmental changes impact an individual's lifetime. It encompasses major life transitions and historical events, reflecting the influence of time and past experiences. One respondent noted that life events like technological advances prompt adaptation. Welcoming a new sibling changed family dynamics, making me a leader. The pandemic introduces online learning, shaping our digital skills. Challenges and opportunities mold my development. This underscores how societal shifts influence personal growth, emphasizing the importance of recognizing these patterns.
Today, we explore education beyond textbooks and classrooms. It's a mosaic of factors, our innate talents, upbringing, emotions, and relationships with others. Think of education as a puzzle, and this text reveals key pieces: Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, Erikson's psychosocial development theory, and Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory. These frameworks shed light on human growth and learning. As future educators, we commit to honoring this diversity, fostering growth in every learner.
Gardner's theory celebrates diverse forms of intelligence, extending beyond traditional subjects. As future educators, we commit to honoring this diversity, fostering growth in every learner.
Erikson's stages liken growing up to a ladder with distinct challenges at each step. Our responses are shaped by past experiences and guidance from caregivers. As teachers to be, we'll embrace the variety of reactions and behaviors among our students. Bronfenbrenner's theory emphasizes the collective influence of family, school, and community on our development. As educators, we vow to create enriching learning environments, recognizing that schools are pivotal in a learner's journey. Education is a multifaceted process that involves a convergence of various influential elements working in harmony to shape knowledge acquisition. Now that we have delved into some of the theoretical underpinnings of education, we are ready to search for more factors and theories that would be best suited for their application in the near future. As we delve deep into the realm of the teaching profession, we will retain our most important takeaway from this activity, which is that every learner is unique and requires a different learning approach. As holders of a higher degree of knowledge and authority, it is our duty to ensure the nurturing of each and every individual learner's learning cubicle. Now armed with insightful theories in education, we are now more knowledgeable in approaching teaching with competency. Thank you everyone for listening.
Good day everyone, I am Dians John B. Salanap together with my groupmates Ratonil Saavedra, Salamsab, Sevilla, Singuran, Terek, and Unson. We will dive deeper to the discussion of learning principles in the context of the developmental theories.
Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development. This theory suggests that children move through 4 stages of development. His theory focuses not only on how students acquire knowledge, but also understanding the nature of intelligence. According to this theory, children's intelligence undergoes changes when they grow. Students take an active role in the learning process, acting like little scientists when performing experiments, make observations, and interact with the world. As students interact with the world around them, they continually add new knowledge, build upon existing knowledge, and adapt previously held ideas to accommodate new information.
Brief description. Vygotsky sociocultural theory believes children learn from their culture, mentors, and their influence, and then adapt it to their current situations, and emphasizes the role of social interactions and cultural context in cognitive development. It suggests that child's learning and cognitive growth are deeply influenced by their interactions with more knowledgeable individuals, such as parents, teachers, and peers. Next, application of the teaching-learning process. Vygotsky sociocultural theory has various applications in the teaching-learning process. It emphasizes the zone of proximal development (ZPD), where learning is the most effective, promotes scaffolding by providing support, encourages collaborative learning, considers cultural context, highlights the role of language, suggests alternative assessment methods, and encourages teachers to facilitate rather than dictate knowledge. It also advocates for individuals' instructions and the use of tools and resources to enhance learning. And this theory emphasizes the importance of social interactions, culture, and guidance in education to promote cognitive development. Teaching practice can create more dynamic and effective learning environments that foster cognitive development, social interactions, and cultural sensitivity among students.
Eric Erickson's theory posits that human growth occurs in stages, each with unique challenges. Success leads to virtues, while unresolved conflicts may hinder progress. Daily interactions, particularly in education, shape our responses to life's events. Past experiences influence these responses. Recognizing diverse learning styles is key. Inclusivity and empowerment are crucial in creating a rich, equitable learning environment. Its application in educational context, this theory highlights that students face unique psychological and emotional tasks at various points in their academic journey. Successful resolution of these challenges fosters the development of positive virtues, while unresolved conflicts can impede progress. Importantly, daily interactions within the educational setting significantly influence how students respond to life's events. A great example would be a high school teacher. Aware of Erickson's stages, tailors lessons to address students' unique challenges. They encourage self-reflection and identity and provide varied learning experiences. The classroom promotes inclusivity, ensuring all students feel valued and empowered.
Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory explores the unconscious, bringing hidden thoughts and desires to light. It presents the id, ego, and superego as components of personality, highlighting the interaction between pleasure-seeking, rationality, and morality. Defense mechanisms are used to control anxiety, while psychosexual stages of development involve conflict. Dream analysis is used to uncover hidden desires and conflicts. Freud's theories remain influential in psychology and therapy, exploring the profound impact of the unconscious mind on human behavior and development. Freud's psychoanalytic theory can be applied to the teaching learning process by acknowledging that students' past experiences and unconscious factors can influence their behavior and learning. Understanding individual differences in personality and learning style allows the teachers to tailor their teaching effectively. Emphasize the importance of a supportive and nurturing classroom environment, similar to healthy childhood experiences that can improve student well-being and learning. Additionally, recognizing students' emotional needs and addressing the underlying worries or fears can create an atmosphere conducive to academic growth. By recognizing the development milestones and integrative principles of emotional intelligence, educators can facilitate age-appropriate learning experiences that promote critical learning, self-reflection, and the overall cognitive and emotional development of students.
Bronfenbrenner's theory emphasizes how various environments shape human development. Interaction among systems impact growth, including family, education, and community. Educators play a pivotal role in a student's holistic growth, shaping knowledge, character, and civic responsibility. A nurturing educational environment fosters excellence and values, creating a socially conscious citizen. In education, teachers are central to a student's overall development, influencing their knowledge, character, and civic duty. A supportive learning environment nurtures excellence and instills values, producing socially aware citizens, just like when students engage in service projects, connecting with local organizations. This interaction with a community or microsystem shapes their sense of responsibility and empathy. The educator's guidance further reinforces these values, illustrating how the environment influences holistic growth. Culver's theory of moral development outlines 3 levels with 2 sub-stages each, totaling 6 stages, emphasizing the progression from pre-conventional to post-conventional morality. This theory suggests that moral development occurs in a series of 6 stages and that moral logic is primarily focused on seeking and maintaining justice. Transitioning through stages is only possible in the specified order, with each new stage supplanting the prior one. By incorporating Kohlberg's stages of moral development into the teaching learning process, educators can help students develop a deeper understanding of ethics, morality, and the ability to make principled decisions in their lives. Kohlberg's theory of moral development unfolds on 3 levels. Pre-conventional morality, occurring until around age 9, encompasses obedience to avoid punishment in the first stage and self-interest-driven behavior in the second stage. Conventional morality is marked by the acceptance of social rules regarding what is good and moral. It involves the third stage, which talks about adhering to societal rules and seeking social approval for being a good person. Meanwhile, the fourth stage is all about how social rules and laws determine behavior. Post-conventional morality, the last level, delves into abstract moral principles. In the fifth stage, individuals see laws as flexible tools for human improvement. in the sixth stage, emphasizes self-chosen ethical principle as the highest level of moral functioning, although not everyone reaches this stage. In conclusion, the application of Kohlberg stages of moral development to the teaching-learning process provides valuable insights into fostering moral growth in students. Encouraging discussions, role modeling, ethical dilemmas, and reflections are all effective strategies to guide students through these stages and promote their moral development. While the theory has its limitations and critics, it remains a useful tool for educators seeking to instill ethical values and critical thinking skills in their students, preparing them to make principled decisions in various aspects of life.
Description of information processing theory. It is a cognitive theory that focuses on how information is encoded into our memory. The theory describes how our brains filter information from what we're paying attention to in the present moment, to what gets stored in our short-term or working memory and ultimately into our long-term memory. Information processing theory, its elements and origins based on current literature. It also discusses the information processing approach in context of intellectual development, existing models that expound on the theory, its limitations, and some of its organizational benefits. Moving on to the application to the teaching and learning process. The information processing theory can be applied in teaching and learning process in several ways. Just like in a classroom setting, learners are continually learning and utilizing memory processes in order to store the information being provided by the instructor. They are also actively retrieving the information required for the lesson. From an instructor's standpoint, information processing is used to help learners to further enhance their respective skills and understand the curriculum presented. A great way for teachers and instructors to practice the information processing skills of their learners is to test their focusing, information gathering, remembering, and organization skills. Additionally, information processing theory can be applied in teaching and learning process by structuring information effectively, engaging student senses, managing cognitive load, promoting meaningful connections, encouraging regular practices, and fostering metacognitive awareness. These principles enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of learning, helping students acquire and retain knowledge more successfully.